What's going on, people? How's everybody doing? Welcome to FNC Friday Night Crew. We in the building like always, getting you guys up to date on some stuff that's going on in the world. Not just 502, not just the state of Kentucky, all the country. We got some stuff tonight that reached our way to Germany. So we want to go ahead and get everybody situated and, join us before you go ahead and watch the big game or anything like that. So, hey, I'm Will, one of the co-hosts, FNC. Next to me, I got Shannon. How you doing, Shannon?
Good evening, everyone. I'm doing good. I can't complain. I got up this morning. God got me up this morning, so I'm feeling good. I hope everybody else is feeling well as well.
I thought you was going to bless us with one of them church hymns or something.
I was
That's
getting
a,
ready to.
next is Shannon. Next is Shannon. We got D. How you doing, D?
Hey, good evening. Good evening. I'm doing well. Happy Friday, everyone.
Cool, cool, cool. So we might have some more people get joined. We don't know, but you know how we do. We keep it rocking and rolling. Do what we do. So let's go ahead and start off with something that's been in the news on all kinds of social media stuff, going crazy. Americans kidnapped, two killed by Mexican cartel. This story is getting this. There's so much different layers to this. You had a young lady was trying to get cosmetic surgery, BBL, to be
Allegedly.
allegedly BBL. That kind of stuff. There's more things coming out. It was her and three other, well, actually four other uh, Americans, but four of them got to Mexico. So, like I said, this different layers, and I don't know if anybody's caught up with this or whatever. But all you gotta do is go to TikTok and stuff like that, and it's rocking and rolling. Um, Shannon, what do you know about this situation? Or what is your thoughts and comments on this
um,
situation?
well, I thought I knew a little bit about it, but as you said, there's so much stuff coming out that it's like, okay, trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together, so to speak. Just knowing that they went over there allegedly, as Dion said, for BBL, and end up getting shot at. Two, what is it? Two killed, and one was wounded, and the one's alive. And like you said, the one never did get to go over there to Mexico. It's just too confusing for me. I need to read a little bit more on it
Mm-hmm.
because the information is coming out. It seems like daily, and what we thought it was, it might not have been. And then they said that what it might have been mistaken identity. So I don't know. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just really confused. I just need to read a little bit more into it. I think it's a tragedy, to go over there and then to, not come back. I just think it's the whole thing is messed up.
All right. Um, Let me see. D, what do you think about this?
Definitely echo from both you and Shan in regards to there's just so much stuff that's coming out. I don't know what is what. And a lot of times I'm the last to know what's going on, but you can't help to hear and see whether you on, if you're on social media, period. But you can't help just to see what exactly is what's evolved from this situation. I think right now a lot of things are alleged. So it's
Mhm.
kind of hard to tell. RIP to the ones that are deceased, but there's a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of shadiness that's going on with this situation. Um, and hopefully it'll be resolved. But it may be one of those situations, because when you deal with other countries, some things just never get resolved. I mean, it's just what
Mhm.
it is. So, you know, um, who knows? It's just very suspicious. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Like Shannon said, a lot of things are coming out daily. I'm trying to keep up. It's kind of hard, but it's just a very sad situation.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of stuff coming out, most time people have surgery. They have more than one day of recovery. They go to a recovery house, different stuff like that. Most time when women's doing this stuff, they're not going down there with three other men, or even
Yeah,
though
yeah,
one who couldn't get to the border because she didn't have an ID. Who's leaving without an ID anyway? From
yeah. It's
South
just what,
Carolina
yeah.
to Texas to Mexico. So it's all some shady stuff. like you
This don't make
said,
no sense.
people have lost their lives and stuff like that. So you don't that's bad. But you got some people who was on the trip who was married, didn't tell their wives, a wife that they was going out. Told them going out, just going with some guys. Was actually you was going with some guys, and some girls, and you was going to Mexico to go ahead and do something. Was she going for that BBL? We don't know, whatever, but it doesn't look good. And the
No, it
problem is that the cartels done already surrender 5 guys because they don't want the Americans to get involved in this.
doesn't.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yep.
Because
They don't want no smoke from this
and
situation.
so the thing about it is that now it's done caught wind. And so really one of the biggest things that can help the cartel if it's found out that this is really a drug deal. Because they ain't gonna touch them. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
If this is really Americans going down there to do what they need to do, cosmetic surgery, stuff like that, okay, boom, now you got an issue. But as this stuff, this onion is being peeled and things come out, and if it is coming out that this is something real like mischievous stuff, man, hey, bro, they're not gonna cry for you. They gonna be like, hey, y'all know what y'all was doing. That's what y'all get. We ain't got nothing to do with this, and that's a sad
Mhm.
situation. You know, people don't
It is a
play.
sad situation. You think I'm just sitting there thinking. I've heard of different women going, personal, going over to get different surgeries done because it's a lot cheaper. So that's not uncommon, unheard of, whatever, for women to do that.
Right.
But I just, I just don't know. Just know I guess more will come about. And I guess when they get through interviewing her, and I'm assuming they have, and then maybe she'll come out. I mean, we'll just be able to get to the bottom of it and find out what really happened. You know,
And you know what? I don't even think it's gonna come from her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Really,
you don't think
to
so?
be honest, I just think it's at that point that when you're dealing with Americans getting killed and the government's involved with that, they
Hmm.
gonna find out real quick, and they gonna I don't think she's gonna say too much of anything that's gonna incriminate her really. Uh,
Well, because it is a lot of messiness involved. And so now so much attention is brought to it that you got to now articulate what you're going to say that's not going to be incriminating.
right.
So, it's been broadcast. So, it looks bad anyway. But like you
Hmm.
said, just the whole rush for the cartel to be like, here's 5 men.
Yeah,
Quick,
yeah. Because they didn't want that smoke. Like,
quickly.
here you go. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4. Y'all,
quickly.
they did it. They did it.
Like,
We don't want none of that.
they
Come on
they
now.
operate that fast? Yeah,
Yeah, who's
like
doing that?
surrendering.
Yeah,
Right,
who's doing that? Who's doing that?
right.
So yeah, that is a big mess, and nobody, like I said, nobody wants to throw dirt. Everybody got some background stuff like that, but the truth will come out. That's for sure. The truth
Hmm.
will come out. So
It will.
we'll see on that one. This a mess. This everybody keep up and see what's going on. We'll see what the deal is on that. But we're sure that we'll talk about that some more later on in some other shows. So, that kind of stuff. Next up, we got the DOJ announces findings of civil rights probe for Breonna Taylor's killing. And I just want to let everybody know that this is going to go on, and it needs to. A lot of time you have some killers, and you forget, like, hey, such just died 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. So as much as this is in the news and to keep on going, the federal investigation and stuff like that, that's a good thing. Because once the federal people got into it, they wasn't just doing her murder. They did everything. They wanted to see how they was
Hmm.
operating. That opened up the whole Pandora box. And so all these cases and different stuff that wasn't supposed to be going on got spilled out, all this kind of stuff. And really, um, you know, maybe that's why you got some people who left kind of early. Then you know what I'm saying, because they knew this was coming down and they didn't want no more heat. Example, that chief that came from Atlanta who didn't do a good job in Atlanta. She knew she didn't
Right.
want to have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right.
be even though I wasn't there at the time, type stuff. I don't want to be a part of that. So this right here is actually a good thing that they have opened it up. I know that we're seeing some summits, some meetings with the cops and the community leaders and stuff like that. That does not need to be a one time thing. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
At least needs to be quarterly. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. People in these neighborhoods are supposed to be in these neighborhoods. You're supposed to know the community, not just be the first time to show up and all of a sudden you up there doing some stuff that you shouldn't be doing. You're supposed to know them, and that's what how it used to be. Beat cops, they know people and all this kind of stuff. The stuff has got gone on way too long, out of control, and so really glad that this happened as far as the announcements of the foundings and like this. So D, what do you think about this?
I think we keep evolving. We, as you mentioned, it's some things that sit for years, and just it just comes out gradually, and until just everything's exposed, then this is what's going to keep happening. And what we need to do is keep saying her name. I mean, this whole injustice that happened. So definitely in regards to just the progress, I think is good. I think it's still more to come, and there's still a way to go, because then you look at it's not just Brianna, it's definitely other situations that it just
Mhm.
helps to open, to expose, in terms of just the corruptness, and also let me disclaim in regards to that, I'm not saying that the police departments overall are corrupt. I think that there are some very stand upish individuals who are definitely committed to justice, but this situation and other situations are unjust. So I mean, I think that needs to be recognized. So you can't really defend when you know that this situation and other situations are unjust. Again, not saying everything is has an injustice tag to it, but this situation did.
True that. True that. Shan?
Mhm. Oh, they just unrevealed what everybody, a lot of people, particularly black people, already known about what was going on. Y- People been saying, I was reading something. This has been going, what, 50s, 60s. It's all this stuff has been going on. So
Yeah,
finally
yeah,
somebody has come down and exposed what is actually really going on. It's sad. I mean, like you said and like Dee said, you know you you want the cops to be there because you want them to serve and protect. But when you're scared of them, which a lot of people are, I mean, what
yeah,
good is that serving? It's
yeah.
just it's a, I hope, what I'm really hoping is something comes about of it. We take the information, or they take the information that they receive, and they make a serious change into the police department. Like Dion said, there are some good cops. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying, for all those ones that are not, they need to be trained. They need to be. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take, but maybe this will start to change, so we'll see something better. They need change.
Hmm.
True.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
change is needed. So hopefully this will start it, the ball rolling, and they will do what they need to do to get better. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys said it right. Hit it, hit the nail right on the head. Now let's see what's going to happen. You know,
Yeah.
Right, right.
yeah,
What's the outcome? So we done made this progress. So where we at, and how we gonna keep evolving from this situation, because we don't
Mhm.
want it to be, to be reversed or to start going backwards. I mean, this is unfortunately very much a landmark situation that needs to be addressed, and we need to move forward with it.
that's true. So we'll see. Like I said,
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be one meeting in the communities and stuff like that. It needs to be an ongoing thing. So we'll see what's going to happen, and hopefully it be for the betterment of the community, big time.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, my guy, Chris Rock released his stand-up comedy special last weekend. And everybody's was waiting. I mean, I don't care who you are. You knew that he was going to go ahead and touch this part. And the way he did it, and I don't know, I hope everybody watched it. If not, it's on Netflix. Please go ahead and do that without a doubt, because it's Chris Rock. If you watch his stand up, he gets in this groove, he do his thing and all this kind of stuff. And throughout the whole thing, he's throwing little jabs, you know what I'm saying, little bars to it, da, da, da. But at the end, he released the fury that you felt that. You know what I'm saying? You felt that, hey, all right, here it is. This is what you guys want. And he blasts Will and Jada Smith unmercifully.
Mm.
He got in there. I don't know, Shannon, have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay. Well, you sound like you got a little attitude with it. D, did you see it? Did you see it, D?
I did. I did.
Okay, okay. So Shannon, because you know what I'm saying, it seemed like it kind of ruffled your feathers a little bit.
Uh,
I'm gonna let you go ahead and start this segment off, please.
uh,
Yeah, yeah. I'm
I mean, it
interested
started
too.
out to me. I'm not the biggest Chris Rock fan. I appreciate his comedy and his
So you
work,
don't
but
like Pookie?
he's okay. I mean, he's not at my top list.
Okay,
Okay.
that's cool.
But so it's, I mean, and it's fine. You know what I'm saying? I still watch him. I think he does his craft, but it's just not my favorite thing. And a lot of it was just how that's what he normally does. And I really, towards the end, that's when I was like, come on now. To me, it was like, I'm not trying to say
Hmm.
I understand that about Will, but I
Let us
just
know.
felt
Let us
like
know.
he
Let
was
us
taking
know.
a lot. He was taking a lot of jabs at Jada. I mean, like they had a love affair or something going
Oh
on. He was
no,
this
no.
a scar. I know, like a scarred lover. I mean,
Hmm.
I just felt like he was a little harsh on her.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
might have to
I
cut
really
this
do.
one. I might have to
Huh?
cut this one. Go ahead. No, I'm talking. I might have to
What?
clip.
You got to cut
No,
this one.
no. I mean, I'm about to clip this one. Keep talking. Keep talking.
Don't clip me. No, I don't want. But I mean, overall, it was Chris Rock, but I just think he went a little bit too hard at the end. I
Oh,
mean, I did, and it was
okay.
just
No,
me.
it's your
It was
opinion.
just my opinion, and
It's
I
your.
can have it,
Yeah, yeah.
or
I got.
whatever.
I got. I got something for that
But like you
opinion.
said, but like you said, William, the thing about it is we knew it was going to happen. I thought it was going to start at the beginning, but I mean, we knew it was going. It's no surprise. But I think just to me, as much as he went in on Jada, it was just like, whoa, okay, really? So we freedom of speech, it's comedy, you know,
Okay.
it is what it is. So
Uh, Go ahead, D. Because I mean, I'm ready to rock
Yeah,
and roll,
yeah.
but
Let
I'll
me
let
just
you
get
go
that.
ahead.
Yeah. So I like the show, and I don't have the same opinion as Shannon in regards to it. I think definitely. Well, we have to realize there's a lot of things that's not necessarily exposed to um, us regular folks, and that could have been the background with that. I agree in regards to that. Some things is probably taken out on Chris. Chris is a comedian, so regardless if you like him or not, I mean, you know what to expect in his show. There's been a lot of just mixed reviews with his show. I like the show. Um, I like the entire show. He didn't even really talk about that. He did jabs throughout it, but he didn't really go and talk about it in depth, I guess, or address it directly until the end. Um, you know, I it appears to be that definitely that Jada was attacked. But I just like I said, we don't know what happened behind scenes with different situations, and then also Chris Rock was close with Will, I guess, in regards to just, so if he was close to Will, then he was perhaps close to Jada. So also, he probably felt very betrayed with the whole situation of coming up. He came up on stage and was, jack slapped, so he didn't say anything, but did y'all expect anything less? You know what I'm saying? He was going to have a situation where he was going to actually say something. I just couldn't believe it's been a year.
Yeah. He released
mm,
that, and actually it got released to that day, like a year to that day, his special.
mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
mm.
Go ahead, D. You got
No,
some
no,
more? Okay.
that's it. Like I said, I really didn't have I didn't really have any problems with it. I mean, it's comedy, and of course, a lot of the comedians they use what happens with them personally
Right. Right.
as the whole subject matter for comedy.
Right.
So
Right.
don't forget, Will is a comic as well. So if he ever decided to actually do, he rap, but also has some comedy piece with him in his show. So you never know if he's ever going to do some type of jab towards Chris Rock. I mean, it's all entertainment, but there was
Yeah,
definitely some personal feelings with that.
yeah. I mean, I
So,
Yeah. All right. You had your turn. Hold on.
uh,
Let me go ahead and say
excuse
mine
me.
real quick.
I'm
Um.
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm finished.
All right. So you know, it, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved because he was able to get things off his chest. Also, he did point out that, like, like, like what social media, not even social media, what society already perceives Will as being c- controlled on certain things. Like that stuff was staged. Like he knew who to do that to. And like
Hmm.
Chris Rock was saying, hey, of all people, me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? This kind of stuff. Like, you purposely picked me out to relinquish some of your frustrations. Because if you see the tape and everything, she's looking at Will like, you gonna let this happen? Like, this is stuff that could have been already talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because Chris Rock said in the stand up that basically she was mad at him because he didn't win concussed years ago. The concussion, the movie. Like Chris Rock had something to do with that. She was peed off on that. So a lot of that stuff, like he said, how many people's interviewing your husband who you done cheated on with, you know what I'm saying, or had an entanglement, you know what I'm saying, which we'll know. So when stuff like that got out and get in the public, the comedians is going to get on you. You know they're going to say some stuff. So my thing is this, like Dee says, she makes a good point. The relationship between Chris Rock and Will, no one knows how really close they were. And if you are really close to him, that means Jada's there because Jada was always around. So he don't
Hmm.
know. Maybe she is pulling his strings and runs that household, which a lot of women do, and that's okay. But did she also run it that made him decide to do something that he really normally wasn't going to do? We don't know. But
Hmm.
hey, right there, let's not make Jada the victim to me. She
No.
definitely was
Absolutely.
not the victim. She was with
No, I'm not.
Will.
Yeah.
She was. I'm just saying my person. She was implying that with Will. You know what I'm saying? So he was basically defending himself, and the way he defended himself the way he knows how to do it. I'm gonna say some jokes, and I'm also gonna tell you some jokes that everybody else is talking about you, calling y'all names and this stuff like this. And he kept on
Yeah.
saying it, and I understand it, and that's cool. Let that man breathe. Let him get it off his chest. He had to live with that a whole year. A whole year. You know what I'm saying? How come you didn't do nothing? How come you do? Hey, man. Okay, cool. Like he said, he didn't fight him. I did do some stuff because he said his parents didn't raise him like that. Don't be fighting in front of you know what I'm saying, people and things like that. If them two guys got in a fight
Oh
right
my
then and
goodness.
there
It would have mess.
on the night that the black man produced the show, there wouldn't be no more
Mess.
black categories. None of that stuff had been wrapped. It'd have been over. So to me, you did your thing. You handled it. I like Chris Rock. I like watching his stand up and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, I knew he was going to go in, but I didn't know how he was going to do it, and exactly when he was going to do it. And I'm gonna tell you what: if Will Smith and Jada Pickett Smith got their feelings hurt, got upset or embarrassed, good, good.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want her or him, especially her, not to be the victim because they're not the victim. That's my
I
opinion.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely don't think he was no victim. I mean, he deserved everything coming to him. As far as you coming there physically attacking somebody. But my thing is too. I just happen to wonder, and I'm just a sidebar. Would if anybody would have been doing what Chris Rock has said or did what he said, would he have attacked? I mean, would he have went up there and slapped him? Yeah, I think he would
Say
have.
it. Say it again now.
If it would have been somebody else other than Chris Rock
No,
making those statements.
I don't think so.
Probably not. I don't.
I
Yeah.
I don't think so. If that was Vin Rhymes, somebody, you know what I'm saying, bigger than Chris Rock and bigger than Will, or the same size as Will, I don't think he'd have went up there because then you might have had a fight. You
Mm.
may
And I
have had a
think it
fight.
speaks to. I think it speaks to how probably perhaps how personal he knows Chris, that he knows that he's able to not really have any on site retaliation. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
know, I mean, you know who you can pick with. You know, and I say that to my kids all the time, and and I've said it to people that I've counseled in regards to people know who they can pick with. They just do.
What you
So
said. What you said.
yeah,
And that's true. And I hate that. So yeah. I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, you can just go back and just look at it, and she's looking at him like, are we gonna go through this again? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you gonna stand up? That's me assuming.
yeah, like
I,
it's been a conversation about
yeah,
this
like,
already.
here we go. What you gonna do now? Dude got up, got out of his chair, and did what he had to do in his mind, which to me was wrong.
Yeah,
Because if that's your boy, you could already handle that. You could
well,
already
that
handle
shouldn't
Yeah,
that.
even been
well,
right
yeah,
then and
that's true.
there.
They
You
could
could
have
have
handled
handled
it
that.
after
You before that,
behind
because
closed doors. Yeah,
apparently,
oh
like I
yeah.
said, Chris Rock said that it was a big issue with that movie Concussion. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if it was already something that she was mad on, you could have already addressed that kind of stuff without a doubt. Because you know how many jokes that she hears, and these comedians is talking about her. Excuse me, talking about Will. This is not. He's not the first, and he ain't gonna be the last. So, golden opportunity. Let's go ahead and do this. But hey, like I said, if you guys have not watched it, go ahead. I'll probably watch it again tonight. Just gonna be talking about it, so I can go on and hear it and stuff like that. So go
Well,
ahead. It's on
yeah.
Netflix.
While they watching Chris, they might as well go ahead and log on and watch some more.
Yeah, she's funny.
She's funny, but that's a different thing. We'll
I
talk. We
know,
can
I know.
talk
I'm just
about that.
saying.
We can talk about that later because
Okay.
that is a good one. That is a good one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so tired of this. Different year, different
Same
person. Tiger
situation.
Woods,
Oh,
Erica Herman split reveals she's filed for to nullify the NDA and actually suing him $30 million for basically kicking her out of their home. And Tiger says that she ain't on no lease. She ain't nothing like that.
Hmm.
So yes, Shannon, Dion, whoever wants to get this first, go
Well,
ahead, please.
can I say that because I seen where they
Go ahead.
said that he act like that they was going on vacation and
yeah.
took her to the
Solo
airport.
vacation. I thought.
Huh?
I thought it was a solo vacation.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he dropped her off. He dropped her off, and then he changed the locks. So obviously, that's a sign of that there was ongoing issues. Again, we don't know these people's personal lives or whatever, but everything is in spotlight because if it wasn't Tiger Woods, we wouldn't know anything about what was going on with what's this all this stuff.
Tiger
My
Woo, y'all.
my thing is the amount of money that reportedly that she's asking for
30
is
million.
yeah. So that's the more that's a whole issue, and it's just like, oh my goodness. Okay, Tiger, like you said, William, it's just same storyline, different person, different era, and here we go. So and I don't it's nothing about in terms of okay, you get what you deserve. It's just like I don't know if all that needs to be publicized, you know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, once
Mm.
you do when all this happens with celebrities, then yeah, the whole highlight is how much she's asking for from him. Otherwise, who cares if y'all want to separate and get divorced?
Excuse me. Yeah. No, go ahead, Shannon. Go ahead. I'll let you go. Go
Okay.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
My first thought when I saw it was
Because
like,
wait a minute. Ain't this his girlfriend?
it's
Is
his
it a
girlfriend. It's
girlfriend?
not his wife.
Yeah.
It's his
Oh,
That's
girlfriend.
oh, okay. I
that's
was thinking it
Yeah,
was
there
his
ain't
yeah.
no,
wife.
there ain't
So
no wife.
okay.
No.
Yeah. I was
Oh,
going
well,
to say.
that really puzzles me.
Yeah.
That puzzles me.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Shannon.
Hmm.
Yeah. No,
Thank
you
you.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, my first initial thought was, who cares? I mean, really,
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
always and something's going on in the news. I mean, just really, really, it's just I'm just like, who cares? But I do think it's ridiculous. She said that something about if they split, they had agreed that she would get to live in the house for 5 years. Yeah, I mean, just all kind of crazy stuff. I'm like, dude, go on,
Mm-hmm.
get pack your stuff up and go on and leave, and go on somewhere else and go find another one. I mean, It's just I just think it's not newsworthy. And and I know we're talking about. I just found I'm the one to pick this topic because I thought it was interesting. Like, how are you going to ask for that kind of money? Because you all split. You're not married, so I don't know. This ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Okay. Let's be 100. Like you said, if it wasn't Tiger Woods, it wouldn't get covered. We understand that, and that's ridiculous. Uh, let me speak on behalf of all the men who have had girlfriends that didn't work out. It didn't work out for one way or another.
Mm,
You're not entitled to nothing as a girlfriend,
right.
boyfriend. You don't get nothing. Like you come in with
Keep it
you
moving.
you you leave with what you came in with. Nothing. We didn't. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Tiger was already established. He's already gave up a billion, half a billion to his wife, which deservedly so. All this kind of stuff, all the kind of crazy stuff he was doing. But there's no legal system's gonna give this woman $30 million because she was the girlfriend. Like
She don't deserve it.
stop
To
it,
me,
stuff. If
she
you don't
deserves
have a if
better.
you don't have a contract, and if Tiger was that stupid, now we know he done did some stupid stuff, leaving messages and stuff on strippers' voicemails and stuff like that. So he's done did some silly stuff before. But if it's not no contract saying you get 30 million, and if he was that dumb to say, hey, you get the house for 5 years, and if it's a contract, legally she can get that because he says crazy stuff. We understand that. But for all the people who are single and everybody's single unless you marry, if your girlfriend leaves, you don't owe her nothing. She don't owe you nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's when you go
Keep
to
it
court.
keep it moving.
That's when you go to court. And if you got that car in your name, guess who's gonna get that car? You ain't.
Keep it
Look,
moving.
what's her name? Erica Herman. You need to quit it. You live for 5 years, 4 years, whatever it is with him. You got the finest thing in life, all that kind of stuff like that. Hey, honey, first of all, you should have known how Tiger was. Tiger Woods. Let me
Right.
tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something.
He learned of
Do
it.
not be in a relationship. Stop it. You're not. No. Stop relationships, dude. Don't even do it. You need to go ahead and just date people. Whatever happens, happens. Do not get in
Educate.
no kind of committed relationship. First of all, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to be in no committed relationship with him anyway, because he's notorious for doing some stuff. So she thought that she was going. She probably thought she was going to marry this dude, and thank goodness he did
Absolutely.
not do that. And so, okay, now are you going to marry me? What's going on? And I'm leaving. And Tiger said, "Bye. You had her. Okay, well
Yeah,
look,
and I
I want to
definitely
wait a minute,
stand corrected.
real quick. I want to know who was supposed to go on vacation. Was it him or her? Because if he sent her on vacation, he's a bad man. I'm gonna
It
tell
said
you,
I thought it read where it said she went on a solo
she
vacation.
did. So he was sending her up
Yeah.
out of the
So when she
country to go ahead and change locks and stuff.
sucker.
Hey, stuff happens like that. If
It
you
does.
if you've been if you've been
Sometimes
on this earth,
I'm
wait a minute. If you've been on this earth long enough, you have been in relationships where you done got tricked or something else, and hey, you done either got a Dear John letter, or you done came home from work, the stuff was gone, all kind of stuff like that happens in regular people. So Erica, I hope that trip was good for you. Go ahead, Shannon. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm laughing or whatever. We've all been through breakups, and some of them have been messy, and some of them have been clean. But it's just like, I don't know. I think she's scorned. I think she's
Oh
upset.
heck
I
yeah.
think that's why she's asking for that amount of money. I want to see. I do want to see how this plays out as far as her taking him to court. For that amount of money, if they're going to laugh at her or what they're going to do. I mean, ma'am, Miss Erica Herman, ma'am, please move on.
Who is your lawyer?
Please move
Yeah,
on.
well, like
I
I
mean,
said, I
don't be
stand.
like that. Just move on. I'm sorry that happened to you, but please move
Yeah,
on.
and I stand correct on it because I obviously just perused through that real quick. But yeah, I mean, as girlfriend, to be quite honest, I mean, I don't think nothing should be given.
At all.
Nothing.
And if she had the money, he don't get nothing at all. That makes
Right.
no
Yeah,
difference
Absolutely.
I like,
Absolutely.
at
you know,
Absolutely.
all. at all. I'm sorry. You're right. And like Shannon said with the court situation, first of all, do you have money to heart? Because you know Tiger's going to be represented by the best. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
He
know,
gonna
and
take
that,
my
it's
take my
really
money to
stupid.
represent you.
and you, that's the reason why you're trying to nullify the NDA so you can go ahead and write a book or tell all stuff like so you can get some
Yeah,
money.
right. That's what
Tiger's
she's
not
trying to
giving
make
that
money off
up.
that.
Tiger's not giving
Yeah.
it up. You done.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude flew you to Aruba and changed the locks on you. I mean, it is what
again,
it is.
ma'am. Erica Herman's ma'am. Move on. Move
Yeah,
on.
yeah. And no,
Please
and
move
no.
on.
If a lawyer takes that, that means he's just trying to be seen on TV because you're not
It,
winning
it,
that.
That's
it's,
it.
it's ludicrous,
You're not
to be
winning
quite
that.
honest.
You're not winning that, fool. You're not winning that. Thank you, Tiger, for for brightening up our days once again. And if you are a woman, I understand. Let me tell you this: Tiger is something else. They say so. Come on now, you know what you was doing, Erica. You didn't win though. You didn't win. You lost, the biggest loser. Connecticut elementary teacher arrested for using chokeholds on students.
Hmm.
Woo wee. I know school's tough, but my goodness, I know they might make you want to do some things, but you should have known when you first
Yeah,
time did that chokehold, it was a wrap for you. They probably
yeah.
videotaped one of them little kids, one of them little children's
What,
probably
what
videotaped
grade
you.
was it? Okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
let me see. Okay. Let's
Everybody's
see.
watching, hit that like button, hit the stars, do whatever you gotta do. This is FNC Friday Night Crew coming at you right now, going these topics as we
It was
do. So comment.
um. No, I'm sorry. A
Now go ahead.
Connecticut elementary school. Police said a
Elementary? Oh, wow.
fifth grade student lost consciousness.
Oh Lord.
Uh, because the teacher was doing a demonstrated chokehold maneuver.
On the
It wasn't
I'm
even
kid?
a
not really sure
situation.
what.
It wasn't even a behavior situation. They was actually doing
No,
a,
he was doing a demonstration.
a
It's what
demonstration
he
example.
They said said the fifth grade student lost consciousness when the teacher demonstrated a chokehold maneuver.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the teacher was wrestling.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we're not even talking
basically.
about the word
He,
somebody was
and
acting
he
out. We're
was
talking about a teacher who really went too far.
and he wasn't even a PE teacher. He was a math teacher, a math coach,
No.
or math something.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So performs. Okay, said she. Oh, it's a she. Excuse me.
Weird.
She performed the
Oh Lord.
martial arts move on three students. Also,
Oh
I'm not really
Lord.
sure what happened that day and why she chose violence or why she decided to do
She's
that.
been waiting
I'm
for
not
this
really
all
certain.
her life.
Huh?
She's been waiting to do this.
Hmm.
Said
Yeah.
she was hired by the school district August the 24th, 2021, and resigned on I guess this past Friday. I guess.
There ain't no choice. She's up at
Yeah,
kickboxing
you ain't no
kids and stuff.
choice.
MMA and stuff up her chokehold and all. I mean, come on now. This is ridiculous. She did not want to be a teacher no more, and she decided she wanted to go ahead and choke out the classroom and got in trouble and up her the kids passing out. Come on.
She's a 50 year old.
Oh yeah,
50 year
she
old.
was done. She was done.
Charged with second degree strangulation, first degree reckless endangerment, and risk of injury to a minor.
Mm.
I don't know
Yeah.
what she was thinking that day.
I'm pretty sure they got open
I
tryouts
think
for the wrestling team.
she's been waiting for this moment apparently for some time. So I mean, yeah. If I can just go ahead and say what
Go
because
ahead.
I feel like this is just quite obvious who's in the wrong here. I mean, this is not
Yeah.
even a situation to where there's a behavior issue, not justifying anything, but I know that sometimes teachers are pushed to the brink. I do realize that. Um,
Hmm.
but we have that's not the situation, obviously, with
Obviously,
this. We have a teacher who really was just out of control, and it appears to be
did they drug
again.
test her?
Yeah, I wasn't
Well, that's a good
present,
question.
obviously, but it
That's
appears
a
to
good
be that she
question.
went way beyond what she needed to. And then also, math teacher, did that even need to be demonstrated? I don't know. I mean, were we doing a drill? Like,
Right.
what was going on here? Like, why
Right.
why was that even part of the curriculum that day?
How
It's
many
just
One
kids?
plus one equals.
How many kids can I choke out today? One,
Yeah,
Oh
I
two,
God.
mean, like,
three.
it's just so
Bad
many
bad
questions with
choices,
that.
bad decision.
Very bad,
Very bad.
very bad. So,
You know. Uh just
Well,
unnecessary.
I would say this. We already know there's a shortage in teachers.
there definitely.
Apparently, you went ahead and hired an ex wrestler who pretty much decided she wants to go ahead and say, today's that day that I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate in algebra, not algebra, it's elementary, so arithmetic, whatever hard in fifth grade, because they trying to say it was fifth grade people. And apparently, y'all wasn't doing nothing in the classroom anyway. That you said, okay, bump this math. Let's go ahead and see if you guys can withstand this lethal chokehold I'm going to do on you. Um, like, come on now. Really, and that's the thing about it. You hear more and more, and people saying, hey, Tim, go ahead. You can be a teacher. Tim don't have no thrills about being no teacher, but maybe the job, the employment stuff is so wild, so they desperate hire teachers. Tim goes ahead and be a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Even though he don't want to, he goes. You got a lot of people who don't have that passion. We understand they don't get paid like nothing like they should, but also the screening is apparently suspect because anybody in the right frame of mind that's not being attacked by a kid is not doing no chokeholds where you done got a guy or a girl passing out in the classroom because you done choked.
No, it don't even make sense.
And who would do that as a teacher? Anybody in the right mind? Like I said, it's different. I'm thinking, like you said, as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, okay, when a kid got out of control, they put him in, some holds, you know what I'm saying, and all this kind of stuff, and it happened. Okay, cool. No, 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 no. She wanted to be a wrestler that day and did her thing. So that right there is a disgrace to Connecticut, disgrace to her family, disgrace to everything. And I don't know what she's going to get or if she's going to get anything, but clearly she would never, ever be allowed on any kind of school premises, period, again.
Mm-mm. Not at all. And she shouldn't be.
No, she shouldn't be.
That's no excuse. She shouldn't be.
Disgusting.
No,
Totally disgusting. 18-year-old granted shock. Huh?
no, very disappointing.
18-year-old granted shock probation for role in deadly Torque bus stop shooting. Whereas with several kids or teenagers that was arrested, and this one got shock probation. Said that he kind of facilitated this shooting,
Mm.
and yeah, this right here, I don't know the whole ins and outs of this, but I think it's three more kids that's awaiting trial or doing something like that. So I don't know. D, I think you sent this. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, I have mixed feelings about this. I think definitely second chances, or should occur. He's a young man. Um, we have a life. It's just it's very complex in terms of what how I feel about this. It was very interesting in terms of the shock probation piece of it. But again, he's 18, and but it'd be interesting as far as what we see in several years. And I say that based on the situation that happened of the young man who was involved in that car wreck that killed all those
Oh yeah,
those young
Brothers.
boys
Yeah.
downtown Louisville. Who what
Yeah,
would you
the
say,
one that
Shannon?
had the brothers.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and just the chances that he received, and really his behaviors kind of proved that this was part of him and how he did, because it just his criminal record and behaviors continued throughout the years. I'm not going to say that this is happening for this young man because I don't know that. I don't know this young man, but it kind of is reminiscent of that. And I just hope that this chance that he's given, that is proven in regards to this was the best decision for him. When I was reading in regards to his restrictions and what that he has to uphold. I just, I think it's a telltale in regards to, just kind of where he's at. And if it was just a situation that was a bad situation, or if it's something that definitely was a bad decision on the court. So that's what I have to say.
Shannon.
Uh, I have mixed emotions about this too as well. Um, I'm I know Williams said that he was the one, I guess, the orchestrated or whatnot, he received shock palpation, but I was reading the article, and as I'm looking at it, three of the guys got sentenced to 5 years in prison complicit
Hmm.
to the murder.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you get you orchestrated? Ain't that what
Yeah.
you said when he orchestrated? So
So he
why did you get
facilitated.
you facilitated? So why did the other three get what does it say? Sentenced to 5 years in prison. I just wonder about that. I mean, it's a sad situation. All these senseless
Period.
killings. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just I really don't have a lot of words for it. It just doesn't make any sense. Why are you going around shooting people at a tart bus? Just I mean, just wilding like it's and I'm just using the word wild west, just shooting up and doing whatever, and it just kind of like no regard for life, none
Right.
whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to know, I would like to know, for one, the judge, the circumstances on him receiving shock probation. Why did he get off of that? I mean, was you giving more details, or what? Why did you get shock probation? I'm just curious to know about that. But I'm like you, Dion. I do believe people need second chances, but I mean, this you get shock probation, y'all. You don't orchestrate this killing of this young man.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that. That's where I got. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. And may the young man rest in peace. And it's just I don't know. I got mixed emotions about this.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, big time. And you didn't ever know because maybe the other ones didn't have lawyers.
Mm,
Yeah.
Because lawyers, they all on the same team. I don't care,
yeah,
prosecutor, defender, they all know each other. They know the judge, so ain't no telling if you don't have representation that is good, you will get sliced
Yeah.
and diced
Exactly.
in the judicial system. So no
ain't
one's
that sad?
telling.
It's so sad.
Maybe he, you know what I'm saying, facilitated or whatever. That's what it said in the article. Or he could have said, well, little Rah Rah was a shooter. Tim
Yeah,
drove. He could have been doing
yeah,
snitching. All. I mean, nobody
yeah.
knows. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't in there, so we don't know the paperwork on that one. But it's just a sad situation. I think, like you said, you don't want to get when stuff like this. It's so easy to get lost in the sauce and talk about these people who did the stuff. The whole thing is, like Deanne Shan said, it's a senseless murder. A child got taken away too soon. The victim is always lost in the sauce when it comes to this stuff.
Absolutely. Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunately, right. We normally know the killers, then we know the victim. So stuff like that. I really hey, no more red dots, man. You know what I'm saying? Our Uncle Boy has a great organization. So hey,
Mhm.
follow up, do what that holler at him, do what you got to do, something like that. We're just tired of the craziness of that stuff that goes on. Speaking of another craziness, even though this is not her, I told you guys earlier we
Woo.
was going to go ahead and touch base with the world. Mass shooting in Hamburg, Germany. 7 confirmed dead. I think it's over 30 people who were shot. It was over 100
Mhm.
rounds that was let out in this Jehovah Witness church. And the
Woo.
thing about it is, one of the reasons I want to bring, because this is definitely impactful in the world, but a lot of people think only mass shootings and stuff like that in the United States. It's not.
Right.
It's
No.
not. Clearly, it's
Wow.
not. So
Uh,
things, other countries and stuff like that have their own stuff they have to deal with. And right now, stuff been going on. They don't maybe not get the coverage as the United States. Anything goes on in the United States is plastered everywhere. So
yeah.
bad people are everywhere. People
Yeah.
have mental issues everywhere.
Absolutely.
Death has it everywhere. So this one happened
Absolutely.
in Hamburg, Germany. Rest in peace, all the people who have passed, and the community is going through things. And the first thing you hear, and I hate when I hear this never happens here. This never. We
Yeah.
can't
Mm-hmm.
believe that, dude. People
Mm-hmm.
are human. Everywhere things go on, people snap. Things
Everywhere.
happen everywhere. It's just that United States is like. Let me use this in a sports analogy. The United States is everybody's Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Everybody wants to know what's going on in the United States because we sit there and throw it. We got a billion YouTubers. I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? You got a billion people do all kinds of social media. It gets out. These other places
Right.
don't have that. They do have certain things, but they don't like United States like Americans have doing stuff. So this right here is another tragedy that happened in Germany. You know, you see bombings, you hear bombings and things like this. This time they had a shooting in a church, and I left that out. This was in a church, mass shooting in Hamburg, Germany, in a church. You know, everybody knows about the United States with the church killings and stuff. This was in the church.
Hmm.
Shannon, did you hear about this or anything?
Yeah, well, I heard a little bit about it, but then I seen where you had put it, posted for us to discuss, and so I just kind of skimmed through the CNN or the article, and it's sad.
Thank
I
you for
mean, it really
that.
is
Thank you
sad,
for
but
that
like,
background.
oh, you're welcome. It's sad. I mean, it just, it just shootings, mass shootings go on everywhere. Like you said, we're just the one that's publicized. We're the one that everybody talks about and everything like that. It's all about media. Media will do what it needs to do to get the audience. So like you said, for your example, I mean, you like here, I can't stand it when people say this is a quiet suburb and nothing really happens here. Well, yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
You just don't know
It's just
about it
not
because the media is
publicized.
not
Yeah.
exposing it like they do in certain areas. I mean, for example, and I always bring this up because it just needs to be brought up. And I don't live too far from the Highlands, but that killing that happened at that bar down here, and they said it was is the man was something about it that happened bad, something badly happened, something to that nature. But no, the man got killed, badly injured, I think is the word they use. No, the man got killed, and then finally they started saying it. But when you want people to patronize certain areas and come down to areas, you're going to try to camouflage it so they can't know
Yeah.
what's really going on. You don't want to scare the people. You want them to be able, but it's okay to do it in certain areas because y'all don't want them to come down there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I get on the soapbox. I'm sorry, I get carried away with that, but it's just a sad situation. It really, truly is. And my condolences to everyone who passed away, and also the people who I think it was like what 30 people shot and
At least,
wounded or something like that to nature. Yeah.
at least.
So it's just a sad situation. My prayers go out to all the victims and their families.
Do you have anything to add?
I mean, it's both of you all are very much correct, and that's one of the things that I think is very much exhausting, especially when other places, and I'm talking both in terms of locally neighborhoods as other countries feel like they are exempt. And this happens, and this is unfortunately where we at. And it's about everybody taking control of what's going on within their own area, their own nation, their own neighborhood, because it's happening everywhere. And it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I understand your point of interest in regards to bringing this to light. I mean, it's a sad situation whether it's happened in the U.S., Germany, Kentucky, Ohio, the city of Louisville, Shively, Highlands. I mean, you can narrow it down to my street. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad, period. And I think it needs to be recognized that it can happen anywhere. And it's just definitely changing just the different dynamics. And as William said, shout out to No More Dots with Uncle June, which is Dr. Eddie Woods, because I mean he's trying to definitely um, work against that. So definitely kudos to him and his team.
All right. Any new restaurants and bars and places or shows or movies or I know you were talking about some more, so you can go ahead and talk about that. Anything
No, I
you guys want to
I
add?
love Yeah, no, I loved it. I thought it was a great show. I mean, sometimes some of the oldies but goodies kind of creep up back on you, and I hadn't seen one of her shows in such a long time. And actually, since Shannon a TikTok today with um Adele Givens on it, I ain't seen her in a while. So I mean, it's just it's one of those things. Samoa did her thing. It was a
Yeah.
great show. I didn't know how it was gonna be when it started off. I thought maybe to me it started off a little slow, but definitely picked up speed quickly, and I was very much I very much enjoyed the show. I thought it was great. So
Hmm.
if you haven't seen it, I think definitely that is something to watch.
Shannon, you got anything?
No, but I would like to go see Creed 3. Hopefully, I get to see that within the next week or so. two of my favorite,
Yeah.
two of my favorite actors are there, so I really want to go see that.
Okay.
So no.
Yeah, apparently no.
Oh,
No,
no,
I'm
that's
saying
William.
without a doubt, like no. I do want to say, hey, if you guys get an opportunity um, to get up to Lexington, go ahead and support the local schools. You got, I think Sacred Heart is playing tomorrow, and I don't know the score or what's going on. Mercy has an opportunity to play tomorrow too, as they for the semifinals. Most likely, Sacred Heart will be in that championship, and hopefully it's against Mercy. And we'll have a Louisville final for the girls' Sweet 16. Please support these student athletes. Without a doubt, they are very special. The whole teams are. Yes, we have some student athletes that are ranked in the top 25 in their class in the nation. So please, please, please go ahead and do that. Show that love because you best believe if it's any Rupp team or any Rupp team, any Lexington team or any teams for the counties, they're gonna show up and show out. So please take your biases out. Go ahead and support if you can get up there. Not everybody can get up there, but if you've got nothing to do, I think the first game is at 11 or 11:30 with Sacred Heart against. I'm losing the thought of it, but and probably against George Washington Clark, which is a Lexington area type. So make sure you go ahead and support that. Ladies, I've never done this before, but is any way they y'all got any social media that they can follow you guys on? Anything? D or Shannon?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm on Facebook and Instagram.
What's the tags?
Instagram is Woody WODEE 3.
Okay.
Facebook is DDDEE.
What's your TikTok? Ain't your
TikTok,
TikToks?
no
Dion TikTok is Dion Lynn DeAnnELYNNN.
Okay.
So it's just um yeah, it's three different things going on. I realize that, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shannon. You got anywhere they can follow you
Oh,
on?
I mean, they can follow me on Facebook. It's Shannon Woods. This Shannon, plain old Shannon Woods. And I'm a big fan of TikTok myself. That is my entertainment for right now. Um, and on TikTok, Shan Woods 1217.
Okay.
So
Cool. All right.
I'm on Instagram, but I'm not really on there too much. So, yeah.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. You guys can just follow me at the Mark and Will Show. Pretty much, that's where you're gonna find my stuff and everything else. So, hey, another good night. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Shan. Thank you, D. You
Thank
did the
you.
thing like
Have a great
always.
weekend.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys. Like Shannon
Yeah.
said, have a great weekend, and we'll holler at y'all another time. God bless.
All right. Thanks.
Peace.